While driving down the western side of the Sacramento Valley on Interstate 5, travelers view desolate farmlands. Dry plots of once productive fields stretch for miles. Periodically, travelers can see small yellow signs that say Congress created Dust Bowl. Is it really possible for a government to create a drought? If the government is actually responsible for creating the current drought, then you, as a California resident, have the potential to help end this terrible drought. Personally, I have seen the effects that it is having on citizens, and I have also discussed this topic with a professional water crisis analogist. The state of California should responsibly manage Northern California's water supply because people are dependent upon water for agriculture as well as human consumption. For the next few moments, we will discuss ways California mismanages its water supply. Then we will examine the value that God places on humans in comparison to how He values animal life. Finally, we will consider what the state of California should do to better manage its water supplies. First, let us look at the reason that California is in a man-made drought. California does not responsibly manage its water supply to sustain the state's population. According to the Public Policy Institute of California, from 1950 to 2013, California's population increased from approximately 10 million to over 38 million. Wayne Lasfarty, a journalist for the California Watchdog, declared that only 5 dams have been built in California since 1959. He stated that none of these were built by the state government. Furthermore, the new dams do not contribute to statewide water storage. Victor Hansen, a small California farm owner and editor for the City Journal, aptly described California's irresponsible management of the state's water supply. He declared that environmentalists oppose the transporting of water to the Southern Valley because they assume that this hurts the ecosystem in the Delta region. Hansen declared that the legislature's solution was to shut down the irrigation pumps, allowing California rivers to flow year-round to the Delta and the sea. Henry Willey has worked for California's Jackson Valley Irrigation District for 53 years. He affirmed that as a result of these decisions, nearly 30 million acre-feet of water per year flows out to the Pacific Ocean. Hence, Mr. Willey noted that California is wasting nearly 1/2 of the state's total usable water every year. Now, let us determine if California's water policies are promoting something that God values. God places a higher value on human life than He does on animal life. In Matthew chapter 6 and verse 26, Jesus stated that He values humankind much more than birds. Genesis chapter 1 and 26 shows the priority that God places on humans. God declared that man should have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over all of the earth. God did not instruct mankind to subject themselves to animals, but rather for humans to have dominion over everything. When governments value animals more than humankind, people no longer have the quality of life that God, in His Word, meant His creation to experience. Now, let us look at the ways that California can better manage this God-given resource. The state of California should alter the way it manages its water supply. First, California should reduce the amount of precious water dumped into the Pacific Ocean. Journalist Victor Hansen stated that one reason environmentalists oppose transporting water to the Southern Valley is they assume that the pumps that are used kill fish. However, Henry Willey declared that because of the turbine's enormous size, a full-grown man could pass through these pumps without harm. Thus, fish do not have a problem passing through this system. California must pump water to the residents of the state's dry southwestern valley. Another way that the California government can supply water to their growing population is by building more dams. Henry Willey designed and oversaw the construction of the Jackson Creek Dam. He is currently designing another water retention dam that will serve for agricultural purposes as well as human consumption. Unfortunately, liberal politicians and environmentalists are opposing this project. Rather than resisting the construction of new dams, state legislatures should be the leading force behind projects that provide for their citizens. In conclusion, it is evident that there are things the state of California can do to stop this man-made drought. Clearly, California does not properly manage its water supply. Often, liberal politicians and environmentalists place a greater value on on animal life than on humans. This is evident in the state's decision to redirect their water supply to the Delta fish. Environmentalists also oppose the building of new dams for water storage. The state of California should responsibly manage California's water supply. Thus, you as California residents have the potential to help vote in conservative leaders that will make wise decisions concerning water management. Your conservative vote can help stop the Congress-created Dust Bowl. California government officials have created a man-made drought. However, with a few responsible decisions, California's Western Valley can be turned back into a lush, productive farmland.